Hey guys, what's going on? And I just tried to do this review. I just went live. Sorry. Okay, let's get the bugs cleared out. Got the window kind of cracked over here. The lights kind of messing with everything. I wonder if I should turn this light on over here. It's a little bit wonky with yeah. Let me turn this light on real quick. See my pants. What is it looking like? Somebody's in a truck out here. You can hear me. I'll turn the light on a little bit. Maybe it'll deflect the maybe that'll deflect. The light's still kind of okay. I'll kind of just bounce over here real quick. There we go. That's a little better. So you see the light fighting in the background. Who will win the battle? Live at Money in the. Oh, that didn't happen. Okay. Anyway, the internet's being stupid where I'm at, so I want to get the show on the road. I want to review this so I can get it up. Because if it cuts out again, screw it. I'm not doing anymore. I'm not even recording the Money in the Bank damn pay-per-view. So let's get this on the road. So briefly, let me tell you, Breakdown is my other channel over Breakdown, BREAK down, all together, uppercase letters. That's my wrestling channel. I'm going to start, not now, not currently, in the future, probably a week from now. I'll say a week from now, and hopefully it happens. I'm going to start recording more wrestling content, a lot of wrestling content, putting on there, trying to be daily, but at least 3 times a week, 2 daily. So I'm going to shoot for somewhere around 3 videos a week. I'm going to try and put over there and record, and hopefully it moves to a daily thing, but we'll see what happens. Still struggling with the daily thing on this channel. So I did go live today. The reason why, and I was going live at around noon. Weird neighbors. But I was going live a little bit at around a little after noon. So I was actually on time, but my internet was being stupid. So I had to restart. I went and deleted that video. I was talking really good about the pay-per-view and everything, but let's get on the Money in the Bank. Let's talk about Money in the Bank. Hype Bros defeated the Ascension in the pre-show, I guess. I didn't see it. I don't care. My whole feeling is the pre-show is a waste of time, okay? To me. Here's what I think should happen. They should have the Talking Smack. They should have the Raw Talk. They should do all that to get you hyped up for the show. When it comes the day of the pay-per-view, just give us the damn pay-per-view. If you want to add an extra match, add an extra match. It's your network. You can do whatever you want to do. You can, whatever. You know, add an extra half an hour. Make it 3.5 hours long. Give us the extra match. Do that so you have padded room for the wrestlers to be more, I guess, have more freedom in the ring. Do that. Don't give us a pre-show. I don't care. I don't care. You're going to give us a highlight of every show, every match that we're going to witness that night. And then you're going to give us another one before the match starts for the most part. Pick one. We want to get to the match. We want to see the match. We want to see what happens. We don't need a whole other Smackdown and Raw before the actual pay-per-view every single time you guys have a pay-per-view. Doesn't make any sense. So anyway, who cares? Hype Bros won. They shouldn't have been on it anyway. They should have did that storyline on SmackDown and had Luke Harper or Ty Dillinger, or, you know, Aiden English. One of those guys should have been wrestling. I know we've seen it before. Who cares? We should have had, honestly, you know what? It should have been a fatal 4-way, Aiden English, Ty Dillinger, Luke Harper, and Rowan. Put them in the match, fatal 4-way, the pre-show. You want to boost pre-show ratings and get people to watch the pre-show? If that's what you want to do, screw everything else. How about just have the pre-show people call matches during the pre-show and actually be a pre-show? Have Luke Harper versus Aiden English, have Ty Dillinger versus Rowan. Whoa, what an idea. Anyways, yeah, stupid, dumb. Who cares? Let's move on to the actual pay-per-view. Money in the Bank women's match starts the show. I think everyone probably predicted this, but I kind of maybe thought that the Fashion Place thing would start. But I didn't think so, honestly, because they need to have a padding somewhere else to give space between the the high moments. So yeah, women's Money in the Bank happened. I already talked about this. So that's why I'm kind of just like, I don't want to talk about it. But it was an okay match. It was a mediocre ladder match. And I've seen mediocre ladder matches before, but this was one of the probably the worst Money in the Bank matches I've seen. And the ending didn't help it at all. And I think that maybe some people are complaining about. If some people don't like it, it's because of that. Like the ending saw something that the people kind of wanted, because I think some people kind of do want Carmella out of the briefcase because she's such a great worker. But it's the way it happened, and also this mediocre match. The match really wasn't good. I would say it's a good match, but it's like right below that. They would have went like about 5 more minutes. It would have been great. It would have been awesome. Ending would have been okay. Whatever. They didn't go 5 more minutes. Mediocre. Like when the match ended, it seemed like it was just getting started. So I didn't like how long the match was. It should have went a little longer. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it was just stupid. And I don't mind Carmella won. I don't mind that Carmella won. Ellsworth climbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase at the end after knocking Becky off the ladder, went dumping it, and then he goes over, checks on Carmella, and then he looks up at the briefcase, and people started going ballistic in the crowd. They were yesing and everything, and Ellsworth climbed the ladder, unhooked the briefcase, dropped it, and Carmella caught it, and cool moment. Cool moment. I don't like what happened on SmackDown. I thought it was stupid. I don't know. It's just dumb. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, let's move on. And I'm kind of just not going to talk about like the Fashion Files was fun. It was a fun thing. It was hilarious. They need to do more with the tag team division like this, having undercard storylines. You know that's what we need, and that's what the Attitude Era was. People forget about that. Everybody was in a storyline in the Attitude Era, and that's what they need to do, and that's what they're starting to do. Except for Ty Dillinger and Luke Harper, they're not in a storyline. Aiden English, they're not in a storyline. Put them in a storyline. Don't care what. I don't care if it's like some stupid storyline in the back where like, hey, you have my chicken? No, you don't have my chicken. Put them in a damn storyline. They can have brawls in the back. I don't care. I really don't care. Just put them in something. Have them wrestle. If they came out and had like a 3-minute match, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Instead, we get a Sonic commercial on in the back with Ty and Sami Zayn. Yeah, we didn't even see Sami Zayn this week. I just realized that. Anyways, a couple times. That's really stupid. All right. So, tag team title match, I think, was next after the Fashion Files or something happened. Great match. Great match. So many great segments that I can't even talk about them, to be honest. The only thing I will refer to is the Usos getting the correct timing down for the yank out. There was one point though, I think in the ring that they almost got the 3 count. Like he was literally boom on like right before the 3, like literally 1 second before the dude's hand. It came down, but he was like on top. He was like on top at the same time, and I was like, whoa, like that was close, man. He almost didn't make it. But yeah, they retained the titles after they did a walkout, which we haven't seen that in a while. We haven't seen the walkout in a while. And I was thinking the other night, I'm like, didn't somebody walk out on somebody like a year ago? And I'm thinking like, I thought Alexa Bliss walked out on Becky Lynch when she was a champ last year, the women's champ. I think she walked out on her. It was like a little bit before WrestleMania, I thought, when they were having their feud or something. I don't remember. Comments if you're watching this and you see this at a later time. In 2016, did Alexa Bliss walk out on Becky Lynch during the pay-per-view? Because I think she did. I thought she did. Or maybe it was on SmackDown. She did. Yeah, I think it was on SmackDown. I don't remember. But anyway, we haven't seen a finish line, especially in the tag team match, tag team title match. So interesting. I'm not mad at it because the match was super good. So, and then the ending, whatever. Good match. Awesome. And then this around the time, I think we got the women's title match. There's some other backstage segments and stuff, and I don't remember what exactly was there. I'm not going to, I don't really care about backstage segments. I think they interviewed Lana too. Stupid interview. I don't like her. I think, I don't know, something's not right. Like, I have a feeling they're not letting her do certain things. Like, they're telling her to hold back on something. what's hurting her. Like, they need to stop. You can tell when they're limiting people or giving them a script that's horrible, and I don't know, something's up with her character. I'm just, I don't know, something's not there. And I know people are like Rusev. Yeah, I know Rusev's not there. I understand, but they got to split them up. They got to do something with that. And I'm glad they decided to do it this time. But I have a feeling that they may be inseparable, and it may not work out for Lana. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I think Lana will find a way, or if anything, just become a manager for somebody else. I think that Ty Dillinger could do from a manager, but I think that the Lana character, I don't know if would fit with that. If he turned heel or something, or Aiden English, that actually could work if you think about it. But anyway, Lana versus Naomi, not a bad match. Some people thought it was kind of horrible, but I think there's going to be critics. But think about this: this was a traditional wrestling match, and to me, when I was trying to think, like, how do I say this? Like, in my opinion, Lana was doing a lot of traditional women's stuff previous eras in this match. It was more of that kind of a match. But also, Naomi was doing this Revolution's women, or this era's Revolution. Hell am I trying to say? This women's division, the current divisions in the match as well. So I'm not sure if it was clicking well with that whole kind of thing, because Lana was doing more, like I said, traditional kind of like yank the hair, tripping them, and doing stuff like that. And I don't know, like, it's hard to explain. Like, but it seems she was doing more of that kind of a style. I have my window open, checking, because I want to be ready when my wife walks in, because this could be a long video. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was an interesting match. Carmella doing the tease of the cash in, that was kind of interesting. I think it went on for a little long though. Like, she should have came down, went there, act like she was in the cash in, and said no, and then walked right back out. But they literally stayed down there the whole damn match. And then after it happened, they cut to commercial on the pay-per-view, and it's like, what was the point? What was the point? Like, do it, come out, then leave. Don't just wander down there. I don't care. Get the fuck out. Wait, leave. Stupid. We got Mike Bennett debuting. He's not Mike Bennett. He's and Maria's back. Mike and Maria Kanellis. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got to see more before I can really judge. But right now, it looks like the brother love gimmick, but with a couple, it'll work. The power of love, like, what kind of gimmick is that? Like, so what is your gimmick? Like, that they love each other? Like, I don't understand the gimmick really to be say. Like, I kind of thought to myself when they came out and started doing it, and still I kind of think that that they're like, okay, Bo Dallas didn't work with his character doing this, a gimmick. Let's try it with a couple and let's see what happens. Kind of acting like like a you know what I'm trying to say. Like, they're up on stage and like self-help things, trying to be something like that, talking about the power of love all the time, and that's their gimmick. But how do you translate? I don't understand. How does that translate though? Like, what do they do? I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But not a huge fan. Like, he's known as Mike Bennett. Why not call him Mike Bennett and just have Maria with him? And they could have done something with that, but instead they're going all in on this storyline, man. They're going for it, and I think that's one thing with wrestlers that, I mean, it could work to where they could get mad later on if it doesn't work out, and just have them say, "Hey, I'm Mike Bennett. I'm not doing this crap no more." And it can work out better. And if that's the plan, that they're doing some stupid gimmick to do that later to make Mike Bennett look good, hell, that's great. If they're going to end up having to do some stupid gimmick, and then talking about The Office and saying, "I'm not going to do this gimmick no more. If you don't want me as Mike Bennett," if they do that, that'd be awesome. I would love to see him do that. But we got that little thing. It was pretty interesting, kind of dumb, but I don't really judge anything right now because we haven't seen him wrestle. We haven't seen he won on SmackDown, so already kind of wondering why he's on SmackDown. You should have put him on Raw. But yet, maybe he will be on Raw because I don't think that he showed up on Raw. I kind of zonked out like in one area of the show, so I don't think he showed up on Raw. But anyways, I believe at that point we had Fashion Files somewhere around in this area. I believe we got the world title match at this point, which was kind of weird. And when that happened, I'm like, oh, no cash in. Okay, that's pretty clear. When that happens, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton, really good match. I kind of zonked out during this match, but I could already tell, like, when I woke up and watched the fit, because I woke up around the time, probably about 5 minutes before they did the RKO thing, and then they put the foot on the ropes. I woke up about 5 minutes before that, so they gave him quite a bit of a time. I think I was only out for like 5 to 6, 7 minutes, whatever. But I pass out and sleep for a little bit, and I wake up. I got narcolepsy. I get it from my mom. My mom used to do it all the time, and she still does it. So when she's here, hanging out with me in Greensburg. Anyway, but yeah, it was a pretty good match. They're good spots. Jinder, I think everybody knew Jinder was going to walk out the champion. That was no surprise there, just how they were going to do it. It was entertaining. It was well done. I think they're booking Jinder very, very good. And I think I would not be surprised if he holds this belt until Survivor Series. Healthy of them to push him till Survivor Series. And then after that, they just got to watch what they do with him because he could fall off. And I think if you get into Survivor Series, you could get a lot of longevity out of his character. And I don't know what they're looking to do with him, but I think that as long as they keep him a credible threat to the title scene, that would be interesting. And I think for that to be credible, you may have to wrestle like Kevin Owens and win the U.S. belt off of him at some point, somehow, and use the Singh brothers and everything like that. I don't know if the Singh brothers are going to be. They're going to be kind of like his managers, so to speak, from now on. But I think that him holding, this is what I don't want to happen, is I don't want him to lose the world title and then never be seen again. That would be horrible. I don't want to say the Yokozuna treatment because Yokozuna held the belt like 2 or 3 times, I think. But like those kind of champions, like you look back and you're like, why did they do that? And I think they're doing it for a good reason. So to put this guy over, because him and this thing people don't remember about this is, and I didn't know this either until the other day when somebody was talking about it on the internet, was that Seth Rollins and him wrestled in the very first beginning of NXT and wrestled for the first NXT championship. They wrestled in NXT for the very first NXT title champion. For the first champion in NXT was Seth Rollins, which didn't know that for the longest time. But hot chick on TV. Anyways, but yeah, I'm telling you, like that surprises me that they knew back then what WWE didn't follow through on after Jinder came up to the main roster, because he came in as a stupid 3-man whatever, 3-man band, whatever. I don't know. Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre, they screwed up all those 3 characters. Heath Slater's still recovering from it because he was never released. He went on to do different stuff, throughout his career still, and he's still going today. He's still with Rhino doing little gimmicks here and there and staying with the company. And I hope that they see Heath Slater eventually for what he's worth, because he shows little flashes that he's got potential. And I think eventually they're going to play on that, and he's going to have a run. There's, I hope, building to that. So, I don't know. We'll see. But with that being said, this was a good match. Orton lost, and seeing what happened on SmackDown, really good. This storyline doesn't win at because they're probably going to wrestle. I think it's Battleground. I think it's the next review for SmackDown, which is interesting. I think that this is where I think that this is going to be the turning point. If Jinder Mahal wins at this thing, if he loses at SummerSlam, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. But in my opinion, I think that Jinder Mahal should not lose until like Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. Actually, that would be what I would do, is have him lose the title at the Royal Rumble, where nobody wants to see Jinder Mahal in a title main event at WrestleMania. That's not going to happen. That's not even going to happen. Nobody can even guess that. But to give him longevity, have him hold the title until the Royal Rumble, because literally that title, if they kept it on him, they would make him a stronger character later on if he held the title until the Royal Rumble or until Survivor Series. But if they do it at SummerSlam, I'd understand, because maybe they don't think he's doing a good job. He's doing great. He's doing great. Here is my thing. I'm going to talk about SmackDown just briefly before we move on from this World Title match. What I think Jinder Mahal is doing. So we all know that they do commercial breaks and everything like that. Last night, it showed me that Jinder Mahal is a main event caliber athlete. On the ringside, usually they go down the ringside, and they sometimes they're going to go to break because both of them come out to the ring, and usually that's when they're going to go to break. They came out to the ring. Jinder came out first. He does his intro. He's doing doing all that stuff, whatever. I know he's not Hitler, but you know what I'm saying. But he comes out. They do all that stuff. But then Luke Harper comes out, and he acts like he's going to mess with Jinder, and he like rustles feathers, knocks him out of the ring. And Jinder Mahal goes over to the announce table and goes, boom, lands on the announce table, and he's like rubbing his face, and he's getting all mad like that. And he's really, and he gets in a frame of where he's standing and everything like that, to where he knew he's getting ready to go to commercial break. He needed to do something like that to get them people to come back from commercial break if you're watching this live. And that's where, to me, I'm like, dude, he's good. Like, he's good. Like, if he loses the title at SummerSlam, he's fine. He is good. Like, this should show Vince McMahon that this guy is ready for prime time. This guy should stay around for a while. This guy has potential. Like, I'm sold on Jinder now. I'm sold because of just that he sold going to commercial break better than I've seen Cena, Orton. Cena's pretty good. I mean, the big names are really good, but some of the newer people that came from the indies, you know who they are. I'm not going to name who they are. Sometimes you just don't see that from them. Jinder was all in on making you want to come back because he's going to get his revenge when he come back from a commercial break. Now, let's just say this right now. On SmackDown last night, I was not into, because it's stupid when they have matches like that, because you know who's going to win. And he won. Whatever. But, yeah, this title match at Money in the Bank was pretty good. It was decent. You knew the outcome. It was they booked it very well. Made Jinder still look strong. And that's what you got to do. He's a foreign champion. Those people, they always get cheap heat. But you know what? It works, it works. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that it always works if you put the right guy in the right spot. Iron Sheik, Sergeant Slaughter, as heels, with Hulk Hogan back in the day, you couldn't go wrong with Bob Backlund. I think Iron Sheik never wrestled. I think that's the one that he wrestled. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's worked all throughout these years. Rusev, everything like that. Rusev is pretty big. And I'm thinking that this should have been Rusev at this point, but since he's injured, they had to put Jinder in, and now Jinder took the ball and he ran with it. I'm telling you, great job by Jinder Mahal. I give him super props. He's proven me wrong. I haven't liked Jinder since he came back, but I was intrigued that they brought him back, and I wondered why. And I don't think they seen something in the indie scene that we didn't see in the main roster before, and that's why they brought him back. I bet they seen him somewhere, and they said, hey, he's doing good work here. Let's bring him back. So I wonder where he was that people got to see him, and then some person said, hey, you should see this guy. They're like, oh, yeah, we had him in the company. I'm like, really? Why the hell did you let him go? So now I believe we got what was going on now? Fashion Police versus Ascension. I don't know what's going on with this. Dumb match. Continuing to bury the Ascension. Anytime I see the Ascension in a match and they get beat and they continue to just lose whatever credibility they had in NXT, it makes me mad. Do not like the match. Fashion Police went over. Whatever. Let's continue. I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me mad. It makes me mad that they wasted a tag team like that. They could have did so much with them, and they just screwed it all up. And that's why Triple H, I think, a little bit frustrated currently, because they keep on messing up people that and then they just screw them up, or they don't even want to do anything with them. I think any tag team currently in the WWE, they should book them like they are Superman. Like every tag team should be booked like at any time they could win the tag team titles, in my opinion, because they're all super talented, or they wouldn't be there. That's the thing. You booked Brazongo to be horrible, like at first, and then now they're like some super great tag team. So I'm like, so if you can do that with them, why don't you do that with the Ascension? But I guess they gotta have a jobber tag team, and they're the jobber tag team, which really doesn't fit. Like they need to get another tag team in there so Ascension can rise. But maybe that's their whole thing, is they're gonna make them this jobber tag team, and eventually they're gonna do some push where either they put a manager with them or something like that, and then they rise. Interesting to point out is, and this just popped in my head, if they brought up the Authors of Pain and they get built properly and everything like that, that could be the exit plan for Paul Ellering. Maybe if they go to SmackDown, Paul Ellering gets with the Ascension, they turn on Authors of Pain. There you go, the rise of the Ascension. Ascension gets the belts off Authors of Pain because of a screw job ending by Ellering, and that's Ellering's exit from the company when he gets older. So who knows for the future? But then we get the Money in the Bank. I don't think I missed anything. The Money in the Bank, the main event, really good. Kind of surprising what happened at the beginning. Shinsuke Nakamura gets beat up by Corbin at the beginning of the pay-per-view. Interesting, and I'm like, oh, he's coming back later. If not, then there's a reason for this, that they have plans and they just don't want even thought of him winning this to be out there. But when it happened, I'm like, he's coming back. He's probably coming back, but we'll see. And he did come back later in the thing, which is really good. I think the way they booked this match was so good. It was great. There were some spots that people were like, oh, no, stop it. You didn't have to do that. But in retrospect, it's like, yeah, it's a good match. Maybe they did need to do that. But, this is what they do for a living. This is what they like to do. Oh my God, why am I yawning? I just got up. I should be yawning already. But this is what they do. This is what they do for a living. This is what, they put it all out there last night. I'm telling you right now, this is probably the best ladder match, because I think there's been some ladder matches that it's just hard to touch because, other people have been on there. But, yeah, it was a great match. Shinsuke, did a great job. AJ did a great job. It was just great. And when AJ and Shinsuke were in the ring and people were going ballistics, AJ Nakamura back and forth chance. Oh my God! Like if Vince McMahon didn't watch that match, oh my Lord! Like that right there tells you there is magic between these two guys, and you need to have that happen at WrestleMania. Like what they did, and if you could take that to a match caliber, wow, and you had them on the same brand, dude. Like if you didn't think AJ, which I think Vince McMahon, I don't know what made him wake up one day and say, hey, this is a guy named AJ Styles. Have you guys ever heard of him? That I happened to watch a video of. I just wanted to watch on Impact, some old TNA stuff and see about this guy, or I heard about this guy's name. I looked him up, and like you can just see the conversation happen with Triple H going, have you ever heard of AJ Styles? And to me, it was like somebody saying like that walks by, having this conversation like, "Oh, I've never heard of this guy. How good is he?" And you just see like Owens walk by the conversation, maybe on Raw, like maybe he's backstage too, just hanging out on Raw one time, and he hears him say something about AJ Styles. He's like, "Are you guys talking about AJ Styles?" And they're like, "Yeah. He said he watched match the other day." Yeah, it was amazing. It was incredible. Like, where this guy's been all my life? And Owens like, dude, he's been TNA for like 10 years or something. He wrestled with me, and where you guys been? This conversation going on, and it's like I just woke up. See, he's the future of the company. Well, Vince, he is 40 years old almost. What? That's unbelievable. We gotta get him now. offer him a multi-million-dollar contract. You just see this going on because I didn't think at first, I'm like, what are they going to do with him? And then now what they've done with him, like, Vince is high on AJ Styles. I don't know what's going on with my glasses. Something. But yeah, with this now and now Nakamura being on there and AJ, I mean, you think AJ would have said, dude, you guys got Nakamura on NXT? Like, what are you doing? Like, get him up on the roster. And then Vince is probably, this is my way of thinking. Vince has been wanting Nakamura for a while. They finally got him on SmackDown. AJ probably said, put him on SmackDown. We will make some money. And Vince was like, oh, okay, I like money. So, yeah, that's going to be great. If they don't have that at WrestleMania this year, somebody is stupid. Somebody is sitting on their hands somewhere, unless they're going to tease it again next year and then have it at WrestleMania 35. If they save it for WrestleMania 35, but my whole thing with that is hoping they don't both get injured or one of them doesn't get injured before that happens. That's going to be, yeah. Anyways, and that could be what's going to happen is they're both going to go to WrestleMania and put it all on the line to have an amazing match and put it out there and have this historic match happen. But then, like I said, put it all out there and, make history and have like the best match that's ever happened at WrestleMania. Because that could happen. If they put them in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania 34, that crowd is going to be ballistic. That crowd is going to be so raucous. And when the finish of the match happens, they're all going to probably stand up and applaud and bow and all this other stuff. I could not see AJ Styles and Nakamura going out to the ring, having this historic match, and not doing some sort of a handshake or a hug in the middle of the ring after the match, and this being an unforgettable match. Like, I couldn't see it being a bad match. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, the finish happens. Baron Corbin knocks off AJ and Nakamura after this battle. It ends up ending on the ladder with them fighting and scratching, and all of a sudden Baron comes in, ends that. Baron just basically puts the ladder in place. Everybody's been knocked out with all these crazy moves going on. The sunset flip from Sammy. Oh my God, what the world. Anyways, that was just horrible. Don't do that again. That is not good. And the AJ thing was kind of scary, but I kind of knew, like, they probably practiced it, I'm guessing, somewhat with padding. And I guarantee AJ was like, oh, that was kind of rough. Let me do it this way. And he probably did. Like, I guarantee there was some practicing with padding in the ring with him trying to do that spot. Because I think that would probably happen because he probably knew that was a spot they were going to do. It was incredible. That was a pretty cool thing where Dolph just left him hanging from the briefcase, and he's like, see, it would have been interesting if he would have got the briefcase and then fell down. That would have been a really awesome moment. But I think everybody knew Corbin was going to win the thing because he's just such on a path. And the only thing he needed was that little bitty nudge, and that is the briefcase. Now, last night on SmackDown, I kind of want to talk about that briefly. And then I'll talk about the highlights of SmackDown near the end because there's a lot to talk about Raw. But Baron last night, it took him forever to get the briefcase off the thing, dude. He's like, oh, damn it. I almost guessed it. Like, he was getting ready to call it. I was like, I can't get the briefcase off. I'm supposed to win this damn thing. I can just imagine somebody going there going, like, Dolph comes up and acts like he's going to come up and try and steal the briefcase. He's actually helping him get the briefcase down, and he punches him, and then Baron Corbin punches him, knocks him off, and he helps him get the briefcase off of there. This would be funny. It'd be hilarious. But he comes out of the ring and acts like he's going to cash in on Jinder, and he's like, got my eyes on you, better watch your back. And then he walks out of the ring in the match. Luke Harper, I think, hits his clothesline thing, and then the Singh brothers yank Jinder out. I think it's something like that happened, I thought. Like, and then he walked out at the same time and just cost Jinder, like, trying to. And I don't know if they're going to do that. Like, I hope this is what I think might happen, and I'd be so happy with at SummerSlam. Is that Battleground though? But I don't think that would happen. The only thing that I could see happen, because I don't want Jinder and Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. That would be horrible. God, that'd be horrible. Do not let that happen. That would be horrendous. But what I would love to happen is Jinder holds that belt until SummerSlam. That's the only thing. Like every time, like there has been so many cash-ins, I think, at SummerSlam since they moved the Money to Bank thing. I don't really want it to happen at SummerSlam, but what I can see happening possibly is that Randy Orton has his match at Battleground. Somehow Jinder walks out the champion. I can honestly see Baron coming down, distracting Jinder Mahal, but in turn distracting Randy Orton as well. And Jinder walks out with the championship. So you got that. And then you get, I'll hold that tease and everything like that. So Money in the Bank, pretty average pay-per-view. I thought it was a good, well, no, I'm not going to say average. It was a little bit better than average pay-per-view. I think there could have been, I don't know how good. It was a good pay-per-view. I guess it was a great pay-per-view, I think. There were some moments that it could have been better, but I think it probably will just be an above average pay-per-view. That's about it. Like there were some moments that could have made it better, but with two matches being super good, you can't really save the entire pay-per-view. Like all the matches have to be pretty decent for it to be like a great pay-per-view. And it was an okay pay-per-view. It was better than most of the ones, especially better than most of the Raw ones we got last year. Good God, this year is okay, whatever. But anyway, but yeah, Baron Corbin, awesome. I'm excited. When he cashes in, I think it's going to be a big deal. I have a thing in my mind. I'm thinking that maybe a SummerSlam, whoever he faces, somehow Jinder survives. But it's like barely. Like if he faces John Cena at SummerSlam, which I could see happening, John Cena shows him and says, "Hey, I'm back, brother. I'm taking my title shot because I'm John Mother effing Cena." And then he gets in there and like Jinder somehow barely survives the match, and Jinder's like, "I got the bell. I got the bell." And then all of a sudden, Baron Corbin's on the ramp going, "It's time." And I'd be like, yeah. He deep sixes Jinder and takes the belt. That would be awesome. Awesome. I can also see Cena versus Baron being booked for SummerSlam. So who knows if Orton wins, or if Orton and Jinder wrestle at Battleground and they're wrestling this brutal match. They're beating each other down. And all of a sudden Baron comes in, cashes in, interjects himself in the match, beats Jinder and beats Randy Orton, knocks Orton out of the ring, and then deep sixes Jinder for the title win. Oh yeah, I tell you right now. Thing is, I think Baron Corbin needs to either get a power bomb or some kind of move that's more like impactful, because deep six is great. He can still use it, but I think that he needs another finisher to make himself more powerful. And I think nobody's really using a power bomb, just a basic jackknife power bomb. And he reminds me so much of Diesel that I think that's what he should do. There's been enough time. People wouldn't care. It would look cool because he'd be like, power bomb, done, and he would win, and it'd look good. It kind of remind me a little bit of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Like if they had a baby, it would be. Think about it. If they had if men could produce like men and women, if Scott Hall and Kevin Nash had a baby, it would be Baron Corbin. Let's not crap ourselves. That's what it would look like. That's the guy. If they had it, anyway, let's move on. Monday Night Raw happened. Great Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw happened. It was a great Monday Night Raw. Holy crap. This is good. This was really good. Reigns came out and did a great job on the mic. Like I said, Reigns is going to be over. Like in 5 years' time, people are going to look back and go, "Why did I hate Roman Reigns?" And I think we know why we hate Roman Reigns. But anyway, this was great. Great work by him. Joe comes out, $1 million like he always is. He's in terms of what people say about AJ Styles, you could say that about Joe. Whatever you put him in with somebody, for the most part, except for that one match, like a couple, I think what was the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania? I think him and Seth had that match, and people liked it, but I didn't think it was that great. Sorry, it was a stinker. I think it was a stinker. I don't think the spots are kind of out of place in that match. But anyways, he does what AJ Styles does. Like I think he makes people look good no matter what, especially promo-wise. I think that's the thing. Him promo-wise. On promo-wise, I'm not sure AJ Styles' promos are his best work, but when he does his work in the ring, oh Lord. And Joe might be a little vice versa, where his work in the ring is really, really good. But sometimes I think it can get clunky, mattering on who he's working with. because I think he works better with the smaller guys than the bigger guys. But then the bigger guys, he has to be fierce and aggressive, and he comes off really, really good when he does that and everything like that. And think about this though, he was standing toe to toe with Brock Lesnar, and they weren't really that. I thought Brock would be like cowering over him, but I didn't think they were that close to height size. That's crazy. Like I thought it would be more like a Big Show Brock kind of aspect where he'd be staring down at Joe, but they're actually around the same size. I didn't know that. He doesn't really look that big. So it kind of surprises me. Him and Roman, has a great match on Raw. Holy crap, was that a good match? It was a great match on Raw that they had. So yeah, I mean, fast forward and talking about that, it was just a great match. And then Braun debut coming back. I'm not gonna go in order. I'm not telling you the whole entire Raw review. I'm just gonna pick moments and talk about those good. Great, Braun comes back, awesome. And then the ending. I'm gonna talk about the ending so I can get it out of the way. Cass turns on Enzo, awesome, super awesome. I liked his promo at the end of Raw. Mic drop, great, awesome. If he's going to continue to do mic work like this as a singles competitor, good job. Good job. You waited till the right time. Maybe that's what he needed. Get his mic work up, get his confidence, I guess. And then finally deliver this great promo and prove to the universe that, hey, I'm tired of Enzo. I don't need him no more. I'm gone. But now, here's the thing about this. All this stuff about Enzo that we've been talking about, oh, this guy's garbage, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Here's an opportunity. Enzo's probably going to prove us all wrong. He's going to talk. He's going to get a program cast. This match is going to be amazing. They're going to tell a story. And I have a feeling that people are going to be talking about this for years to come at Great Balls of Fire, that these two had a phenomenal match. They went out there. They told a story. And we finally got to see Enzo do some solid in-ring work. I hope that's said. Because if not, you just need to make Enzo a manager. But I hope the guy, the cast, just doesn't come out there and destroy Enzo. I hope Enzo goes over and this match builds till SummerSlam. And they have kind of I don't think they'll have a match at SummerSlam because I think there's kind of an under kind of card right now. That's kind of a big story. It matters how it works out next week on Raw, what happens. But, yeah, so much stuff happened at the end of Raw with Big Show saying stuff and what he's been saying on the internet. I think he's going to be off TV for now because they're probably like, get the big guy on TV. He's unhappy. I don't want to piss him off. The brother's like, let's get him off TV, okay? Anyways, Raw was really good, and the women's match, the women's thing was the only thing. Like this week, there's like, yeah, this week we don't give a crap about the women's division. Let's take a break, give them a short little segment, and that's it. Because they're probably like, no, nobody wants to see the women. No, we want to see the women. Just put them like crap. But here's the thing: the crowd was dead. I mean, the crowd was dead for almost all the entire show, except for a minor moments to me. And then here's the thing, though: any other crowd would have probably just went, oh, here comes Bayley. Oh, whoop-de-doo. You picked one of the weirdest nights to have this happen. Why wouldn't you have this happen? Like, where were they at? Were they at Evansville? Yeah, to be honest. But that crowd was kind of a stupid crowd to begin with. But they picked this for Bayley to come out in return. What was the reason? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going on? They are so going crazy. Like, ever since, and, I think with the Superstar Shakeup, some other people moved, like, behind the scenes. Not a fan. Not a fan. Whoever's doing the women's division, no. Get the other, what? No, get somebody else on that because they're doing garbage work. Garbage. What's going on? I have no idea. It's just stupidity 101. Like, one, you got some of the horrible. You got Sasha, you got Alexa Bliss, you got Bayley. That's the end. Emma's good too, but they ain't going to do anything with Emma, evidently, because they keep on booking her into obscurity. She barely shows up on Raw half the time lately, but she needs to start doing more. She's way more talented in what they're doing, and it's almost like the Heath Slater syndrome because they're so talented, but they're not going to do anything with them because they don't have anything for them. Well, they're good, so come up with something, you dumbasses. Anyways, I think that's all. Finn Balor and the Drifter, Elias Sampson are going to start a storyline with that way. Seth and Bray had some stupid thing happen. What to do? Nothing really special there. It was good. It was an entertaining Raw. It was super entertaining. Titus O'Neil. The last thing I'm going to talk about before I end this, because I don't think there's anything else really besides that. But there's still be sprinkled good segments in there last night. Talking to Corey again about something that we still don't know, and they really didn't talk about. They didn't know anything. I don't know. But that was just a pointless Corey walking to the backstage area thing last night. It didn't seem like anything was with that. And then Corey talking about the security footage during the cast turn. Heel turn. Well done by Corey. Yeah, I don't know. I'm done. What I was gonna say. What am I gonna talk about? Oh, Titus. Yeah, Titus putting him in 205 Live stuff. Oh my God, keep doing that. That's what you need, dude. Titus, don't have him wrestle. He don't need to wrestle. He doesn't need to wrestle. I'm telling you right now. Pay the man to be a manager or something like that. Screw it. He doesn't need to wrestle because one, Vince will never see him as a world champion. But Vince can guarantee you, admit that Titus is a great talker. He is a tremendous talker and will be known for that. So why not use him in the best way possible? And I know right now, if Titus is going to get mad because he's not wrestling, whatever. But if I was Titus and the WWE knew that, hey, we don't see you as this. We see you as a talker that can put guys over, that can make 205 Live huge again, that can make 205 a big thing. Let him do that. Let him have Apollo Crews and be with him as well on Raw, but also have him be the poster for 205 Live, showing up, promoting guys on the roster, saying, this man, these guys are going to, dude, this is what you need. The guy was sitting right in front of you the whole entire time. Like, really? You were right. This guy was right here the entire time. Vince is like going, oh, he touched me. He touched my arm. You seen that, didn't you? Vince, chill. Take a Xanax or something. What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, Titus, God, so much there. And you see with the segment this week, talking about the Allens, that was like, I'm like, dude, like, I could talk. But hey, thanks. You did more than I could have done. Hey, thanks. And he's like, you just got me a cruiserweight title match. Hey, dude, thank you. It was great. Him and Neville going back and forth, and I was like, Titus O'Neil. You in great. Yeah. Great stuff. Neville and Titus. I don't want to see that match. I don't want to see the match. Please don't do that. But I can see him doing it. And Neville just destroying Titus O'Neil, which I don't want to see that. The cruiserweights, I think that's what should happen. Like, cruiserweights should come to him and say, hey, Titus, you need to get it. Whoa. It becomes like a cruiserweight brand. And Titus is like, yeah, man, we gonna do it. Come on, let's do this. Kendrick comes to Titus. Like, you don't need over. You're already over. Oh, this would be great. Anyways, I don't have anything else to talk about. This probably went an hour long, which I'm really excited for. Went a super long time. Nobody stopped by, which I'm not mad about. I'm never mad about it. Nobody stopped by the live stream. But hey, comment down below what you think about everything I said about the pro wrestling wise. Like I said, breakdown is going to be the future for all wrestling stuff. I am still going to be do pay-per-view reviews and probably things like this. Probably not as long, but maybe. But it'll probably be pre-recorded. But things like this is going to happen. Live things are going to not happen as much. It's just right now getting back into the swing of things. I may do some live stuff just to kind of help me get back on the track. Last night I was kind of in and out and being really tired and stuff, so that's why I decided to get on and just do this today. A little bit late, but like I said, I tried. The internet was just being completely stupid and being dumb. But yeah, kid is still away, so I'll be able to record. Probably I was going to record this morning, but I didn't. I'm lazy. I'm going to record some stuff in the morning though, and tomorrow morning. So we'll see what happens with that. Anything else? I think that's about it. Yeah, keep on checking down. I got a lot of videos. I have literally, I think, almost 1,000 videos on my channel. If you haven't checked out any of them, go back and check them out. There's still some great ones. The quality may not be as good in the past, but I think this laptop I like. Some people said the quality wasn't like that. I think it's pretty good. I think the quality's pretty good. You can hear me pretty well. I'm telling you right now, if you go look at some of my old videos, the audio was horrible, and it's just because I used like a crappy webcam. But I want to get the camcorder out. I want to do that, but it just saves a lot of time doing it on the laptop, and I love it. I probably will continue to do stuff like this on the laptop and record like this, but I am looking at different stuff. But like I said, that stuff just costs money, and I would rather put it toward doing something else with, either buying stuff to do unboxings or something like that. I would rather put it towards that than putting it towards the production value, to be honest, right now, because one, I don't have that much, people may make these comments and everything like that, but it's like, I don't have the views. I don't have the subscribers yet. So I'm not really going to worry about the production value as much right now, but putting it towards like, getting a, game capture card to do more gaming and stuff like that for the channel, because I think that would be entertaining. I'm not going to turn into a gaming channel, but getting off topic, this is a wrestling kind of type video, so nobody like that's watching the channel. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys watched to the end here, hey, put the word dog like monkey down there below if you watch the whole entire video, which I guarantee you're not going to watch the whole thing. But anyway, if you do, something might happen. Puppy, monkey, baby. Anyways, yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Definitely share if you like what I'm doing here. And like, comment, share, all that good jazz and stuff, and subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to know when I upload. I upload pretty frequently, more than some people that I watch. I'll tell you right now. Kind of pathetic. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, like I said, as always, and I'll see you guys later. Keep rocking and keep on watching wrestling. Later, guys.